Next up, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of hubtobee, Benoit Rabordin. Benoit.
Good morning, Dublin. I'm glad this morning to introduce you to hubtobee, which is a company networking planner. But first of all, I would like to ask you a question. Please raise your hand, those in the room who knew before coming to Dublin who else from their company would be here this morning. Please raise your hand. Not too bad. Networking and planification is important to you. That's good. Okay. Like most of you, Bob travels a lot for his company, but business trips are expensive. It's usually the first budget to be frozen. Therefore, Bob, before each single business trip, wonders to travel or not to travel. Though eye contact is worth the trip many times. Indeed, nothing beats a good French business lunch, ooh la la, to sign a contract. How can Bob optimize his business trips? How can Bob generate new smart savings on his remaining key trips? How can Bob leverage his time and multiply eye contact while he's out there? Well, imagine Bob could meet all important international contact to him wherever he goes. Even better, imagine Bob could meet all important international colleagues that he doesn't even know yet. Well, hubtobee does it. hubtobee actually transforms the ticket booking administrative tool into a networking planner. hubtobee doesn't do the booking, it simply connects colleagues as they travel. Bob needs to fly from Dublin to Geneva. Bob selects his trips as he's used to. What's new is that now Bob knows who else plans to travel to Geneva as well. He can adjust his itinerary accordingly. His trip is now redirected automatically to his corporate OBT, and his trip is now shared to the rest of his colleagues. Extra meetings can now be organized with colleagues also flying to Geneva from the rest of the world, or simply with colleagues from Geneva itself. This way, Bob will never hear again, "Geez, Bob, what a surprise. If only I had known you were here." hubtobee helps companies to behave like a beehive. More information flow, better experience sharing. Very often, Bob dreams, if my company only knew what my company knows. hubtobee also helps creating informal moments during Bob's hidden times. This is the worldwide coffee corner concept. So, in addition of growing the collective intelligence and trust, hubtobee also brings new savings. First of all, the multiplication of international contacts during his trip will help Bob save future trips. If 100 heavy users save one long-distance trip every 2 years, the company saves at least 300K euro per year. This means 3 million euro savings per year for 1,000 travelers. On top of that, as you know, an administrative task, booking a ticket, becomes a networking tool, Bob will be motivated to better anticipate his booking prior to his trips. Do you know that gaining 2 days can save 2% of the ticket cost? The average budget travel of a large multinational company is 100 million euros, i.e., 2 million euros savings for such large companies per year. hubtobee is innovative with 2 main benefits: human relationship value creation and new smart savings. There is nothing similar in the marketplace. Usual planner, like Outlook, are not designed for large data. Their screen very quickly gets too busy. Now, back to my opening questions. With hubtobee, each single one of you in the room would have known prior to his trip here who else from his company would have been here. See? The budget potential is huge. The business model is a classical SaaS one, a monthly subscription per user. hubtobee is 12 months old and already gained a number of awards, such as the FinTech Grand Prize and the Paris & Co Incubator. We signed up our 2 first customers last November and are about to go with 2 large companies for pilots, Danone and Bolloré. We put together last week a 400K euros pool of investors. Tib came up with this idea as he was a B2B salesman, frustrated with the lack of synergies within his company. Louis has startup experience in the US. Bruno is a programmer, already coded successfully 2 large companies, startup companies, and myself, I come from 28 years of experience, of which 14 years of general management and international expatriation. Now the question, to be or hubtobee, that is no question.
There he goes. Thank you very much, Benoit. Well done, my friend. Into the Dragon's Den. Dragons, what do you think? You want a hubtobee?
Yeah, I love the idea of knowing if I'm traveling somewhere, if I have colleagues there. My only concern with this is, as I get it, this is a standalone platform that you have to log in and you have to do the things in the platform. Do you have any integration to like the bigger corporate booking tools?
Yeah, we're working on that. We're working with big TMCs for that, and with the portal of the companies. And we need OBTs as well. We'd like to connect with these guys, so we are talking with them.
Because with the business model that you described, it's really important for you to scale very fast. Because
Absolutely.
if you have a per user, you have to have a big user base to make money.
Yeah, well, you know, what we need is that to break even, we need 2 large companies, actually. With 2 large companies, you get 20,000 users, and then you break even. So this should be next year.
Okay,
probably.
thanks.
Yeah.
But so is it not chicken and egg where, you know, if I want to know which of my colleagues is going to be in Geneva, you know, then I use your tool first and then I go to the corporate booking tool because, you know, they're large organizations. Does it not drive, you know, the knowledge from your tool, does it not drive then changing bookings and a big cost mess on the booking part of it?
Oh, okay, it could be if people just book just at the last time. But the beauty of it is that when you do your booking, you already know who else will be there. So, as I said, you can adjust your days accordingly. If you want to meet someone that will be the day prior to your own trip, you just adjust to his trip. So he won't change his trip, you will adapt to him. That's the beauty of it.
Benoit, can you talk a little bit about what you've seen with your customers to date and how many matches you've actually seen? Because my fear is that I'm not sure what size company you need for these serendipitous matches to actually take place. So with the customers live, have you seen these take place?
We start a pilot next week with
Yep.
Danone, which is a large multinational French company, you know,
Yep.
and with Sodexo as well. Sodexo, we go through their women networks. We think it can enhance and reinforce internal networks, companies' networks. So the women network within Sodexo is very strong. So they want to use it to reinforce the international women network for gender balance, you know, in companies. We also start with Bolloré and Havas, a pilot this month.
It'll be interesting. I think you'll really have to track the size of the network, the number of travelers, the number of cities they go to. And when I fear that when you start whittling it down to the number of people traveling to the number of cities where there's overlap on the same days, it ends up being quite small.
Yeah, is it not more of a leisure, social
No,
business model?
it's just
I
for
know your
business
business, but the application seems much more, you know, in terms of the volume and the overlap, because the overlap is probably going to be limited. You know, should this not be applied to the leisure industry and?
Well, we wanted to focus in between because we really saw this problem within our companies. Like I said, Thibault came up because he saw the frustration. I've been 15 years an expat and traveling all the world, and I've seen that just by facing people during meeting in the same place, people that you don't know, you work way better after with these guys because you know their face. It brings more trust in the relationship.
So, is there a reason why you don't want to open this up to sales and meeting people when you travel that are relevant to your business?
I didn't get that, I'm sorry.
So, when you're traveling, can I finish the question or no?
Yeah, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, so you're keeping this to other colleagues within a huge company,
Yes.
which is a very limited amount of audience.
Not
Why
that
not
limited,
open it?
huh?
I'm sorry,
Danone
what's-
is 15,000 travelers.
Okay, why not open it up to when you're traveling, meeting companies that are relevant to you as salespeople?
Oh, that's good. That's the next stage. We'd like to do troop hunting for companies of the same, complementary companies in the same country. Next step will be, okay, we'll put together the network all together so that they can hunt
Because I think
abroad.
that would be
All
really
right,
interesting.
coming soon. We're going to leave it there. Very nicely done, Benoit. Round of applause, please.